Welcome back everyone. This is Uttam here again. So now I am going to show you how we'll install Cloudera, because our complete servers are ready. All 6 servers I created and mounted the disk. So you can see that disk is mounted on data. Anywhere you can run this command df-ph will show you. So my data drive is mounted. So in this drive only we are going to store the HDFS files, so it will use the data directory. So okay, so now let's go and download the CDP into our master node. I just need to go to official website. So this is the website, free trial. Click on try now. Okay, accept. So basically this 3 is the main thing. I'll keep it with me so that okay, let's start. Make sure you are in CDP user, because we are going to use this user only. It's downloaded, you can see. Now let's go and change the mode. Now let's start running. Click next, yes. It will take some time. It's showing I'll be able to access the Cloudera Manager using this. So now Cloudera Manager is installed. So now let's add the inbound rule so that port can be accessible 7180. So here we'll come to the Azure console, and it's a Azure management console. So we'll search for networking, and from the networking you can see here. So here we will add inbound security and we'll give the port number here. So for Cloudera, default port is 7180. So we'll change this here. So now you can see I am able to open the URL for Cloudera Manager. So default user and password for Cloudera Manager, once you install it will be admin and admin. So now you can see my Cloudera Manager is ready to set up Cloudera clusters. So you have 60 days trial, so you can continue with the trial. For the JDK you can get the default JDK. Here you can specify the cluster name, but I am leaving it as it is. And here you need to pass all the host name for both master and workers. So here I am copying all the host name, and now I am going to put it into the web browser for Cloudera Manager. So once you will put it correctly, you need to put the correct host name there, because it's very important. So if you make some mistakes, then that node will go missing. So you need to pass a correct host name. So here now I am passing the host name. So you can see now my host name is there. So let's continue. So here you can see I'll leave this as default. So we'll just click on continue, and we will say install JDK, so that it will install JDK in all the server. And from here you will pass the username and password. that you have created. So now here you can see I am passing the username and password. So continue. So now it will download all the packages and everything. So now you see saying failed to authenticate, which means I passed the wrong password. So you need to make sure the password you enter it's correct. So if any mistake on password or hostname may cause you this kind of authentication issues. So now you see I passed the correct password. So now its installation is getting progressed, which might take some time. So now you see it's installing the agent. So you will see all the update from the web UI itself. So it will keep you posted. So now you can see now it's successfully done. The next step is now it will distribute the parcel to all the node. So in all the node the parcel will be downloaded. So sometimes in real world scenario when we when you will create the cluster in companies and all, so you'll create a private repos also. So you can see still it's downloading the parcel. So when we set up the private repos at that time it will be much more faster because now it's downloading directly from the internet, so that's why it's a little slow. So here you can see one of them is downloaded, which is now getting distributed. So this is how it works. First it will download, then it will distribute. So this is how it is working now. So now you see in all the servers it got downloaded and now it's getting distributed. So you can see now only one server is remaining. So hopefully it will be done soon. So it's unpacking now. So downloads happen, distribution happen, now unpacking started. So you can see now it's doing unpacking. So now you can see everything got done. So now you can see here you have inspect host result. Here you have inspect network performance. So all this thing are the pre-checks like where your network connection is good, your host is communicating between each other properly. So if there is a warning also you can just continue here or your installation. So I am going to do the custom service installation here. You can select data engineering, data mart, operational database, custom services. So I am going to choose the custom services and I am going to install one by one all of my services. So first I'll start with the core configuration. So core configuration is just a configuration files and all. So I'll leave it default and I'll continue. And so here, so either you can use the inbuilt SQL or you can have a separate metadata SQL server. So it can be MySQL, PostgreSQL, anything. So for me, I have just kept as a embedded Postgre which comes from Cloudera itself. So that's what I am using currently. So as per your need in the organization, mostly you'll have a dedicated metadata SQL server. For that you need extra server, so it can be anything or you can use existing database from the organization itself. So now you can see this is working now and it's running the. So now you can see it got finished. So we'll continue the other setup. So after the configuration we will try to install the Zookeeper. So Zookeeper is very important. So now you can see my Cloudera Management Service is ready, which will show me the health of the cluster. So whatever I install, what is the health, is there any configuration issue or is there any health issue, everything I'll get it from the management server. So now let's install the Zookeeper. So you need minimum 3 node for the Zookeeper to maintain the high availability. So I choose 3 of them. So now we'll just continue. Once Zookeeper will be done, then we can continue with the yarn. So it may take some time because all the services might take small time window. So now you see the Zookeeper. So it's almost done now, the Zookeeper. So yes, you can see Zookeeper is done. Click on finish. Now add new service called HDFS. So now we are adding the storage layer into our cluster. So you need Zookeeper. So select the Zookeeper, then select your name node and data node. So name node is your master node, data node are the worker node where actual storage will be there. So all data will be stored on the data node. So once you select your combination, so according to your need you will select your combination and you can continue from here. So same way you install Zookeeper. It's very easy to monitor and manage using this Cloudera Manager. So you just need to just follow some basic procedure and you will be able to create the cluster. It's not that difficult. So now once your configuration is ready, you need to pass the directory. You see by default it took opt Cloudera DFS. So we need to change this to the custom location. So you need to run the same command df-ph. So you see our location is /data. So we are going to use the /data. So we are going to pass this directory into HDFS. This is very important step. If you are particularly if you are doing with the Azure cloud, so you need to pass your exact location. So it will be /data and it's a opt Cloudera data. So actual location it is opt Cloudera data. So you need to change it here so it will work correctly. So give the complete path where you want to store the data in your data node. So for me I have created the mount on opt Cloudera. So here I am putting the opt Cloudera. Now we will continue from here. So it will take some time to complete this setup, and once you got the UI, Cloudera web UI, it's very easy to set up. So before that only we have to do a lot of prerequisite in the real world scenario. Also we have to do a lot of prerequisite, so that before coming to this Cloudera Manager web UI, you have to configure your server. So now you can see the installation is complete. So we have added HDFS service into our cluster. There are few errors and all, that we won't worry now. So we'll add some more services. So now I'm going to add yarn. Same way you just need to select from the add service, and now here we'll select HDFS and Zookeeper, and you will define like in which node you want to set up which service. So here in yarn you have resource manager, you have job history server, you have node manager. So node manager is your worker node and resource manager is your master node. Just click continue and installation will continue. It will take some time. It is still running. So you can see some of the services got installed. You can keep expanding and keep checking like what all the component got installed. So now you can see it's successfully installed. Click on finish. So this is our cluster, and you can see there are some few error. That error you can fix by looking into the, when you see the red, you will see the red thing, it will be like here you can see, and you can click there and you will be able to see like what kind of error it is, and based on the error you can look and you can debug and you can fix the error. So for today this is it, and I'll be fixing this error, so it won't take much time, but our cluster is ready and it's ready to use. Thank you for watching.